It doesn't always come as a slap. Sometimes it's a joke with too sharp an edge, a text left unread, a colleague who smiles to your face and laughs behind your back. Disrespect today wears many masks, but its sting is the same. But here's the truth. You don't fight fire with fire. You fight it with calm, with control, with the Stoic response. Number 1, people test you. They won't tell you they're testing you. They'll smile while they do it. You'll be at dinner, they'll throw a low blow disguised as humor. They'll challenge your time, interrupt your words, delay their responses, test your boundaries 1 inch at a time. They'll call it a joke. You'll feel it in your chest. You'll overthink your reaction. That's their win. They want you silent, or they want you emotional. Both work for them, because silence tells them they can keep pushing. Emotion tells them you can be pulled. So they test you, not to destroy you, but to map you. They're learning your soft spots. They want to see how much energy you're willing to waste proving yourself. The moment you try to explain that it hurt, that it mattered, you've already lost the position of power, because the one explaining is not the one in control. In relationships, this looks like someone flirting with others while you're right there. In work, it's being overlooked while others take credit. In family, it's them expecting you to always show up, but never showing up for you. They're not asking, they're expecting, because you haven't drawn the line. You've trained them by tolerating it. When someone ignores your boundaries, they're not just testing you, they're studying your behavior for future use. Every time you say it's fine when it's not, they log that. Every time you let a violation slide, they memorize your silence. Your tolerance becomes their instruction manual. And if you've been too forgiving, too quiet, too emotionally available when disrespected, you've already trained them that you're someone they can keep in their back pocket, someone they can play games with and still keep access to. Here's what changes everything. Stop training people to mistreat you. Start rewarding respect with presence. Start punishing disrespect with absence, not with drama, not with speeches, with detachment, with withdrawal, with that sudden emotional void that they can feel but can't fill anymore. The worst punishment in today's world isn't shouting, it's being unavailable. It's them realizing they've lost emotional access to you, and they won't forget the first time they feel that void from someone who used to care. They can't respect you until they're afraid to lose you. Number 2, emotion makes you weak. The moment they can get you to react, they own you. They control your energy like a puppet master. You lash out, defend, explain, beg, or try to reason. And every second of that reaction is a leak in your power. Your self-control spills out and leaves you empty, exhausted, exposed. Disrespect thrives on your emotional weakness. The more you show, the less they need to respect. In their eyes, you become someone easy to unbalance, someone emotionally unstable, someone loud when they should be lethal. Modern relationships are emotional battlegrounds. Most arguments are not about solutions. They're battles for dominance. When someone pushes your buttons and you explode, you just handed them the blueprint. They now know exactly what hurts you, what sets you off, what language disables you. But when you stay still, when you absorb the insult without losing posture, you become unreadable. That's fear, that's confusion, that's power, because now they can't predict how you'll respond, so they hesitate. And hesitation is submission in social dynamics. You don't win by defending yourself. You win by being too stable to shake. Not passive, controlled, detached without being cold, focused without being angry, calm without being submissive. The problem is most people confuse strength with volume. They think the louder they get, the stronger they seem. They think rage equals power. No. Rage is a lack of power. Real power is in the person who speaks last, the one who doesn't respond to noise but acts with calculation. And yes, you will be called distant, you'll be labeled arrogant, but understand this: most people fear what they can't manipulate. If you're unshakable, you're unreadable. If you're unreadable, you're untouchable. Emotion makes you explain things you should walk away from. Emotion keeps you attached to people who drain you. Emotion is the leash. Cut it. Number 3. Control the energy. People only maintain relationships with those who feed them energy. If you take your energy away, you take your value back. Disrespect feeds off your attention. Remove the attention, and the disrespect dies in silence. It's not about ghosting. It's about managing emotional supply. If someone treats you like an option, stop making them a priority. If they consistently cross lines, stop redrawing them. Just vanish from that emotional field, quietly, completely. In every interaction, you're either depositing power or withdrawing it. The person who controls the energy controls the outcome. You control the energy by choosing where your attention goes and where your silence begins. Silence is not passivity. It's the new war strategy. The less you give them, the more they crave your reaction. They'll push harder, act louder, bait you into speaking. Don't. Let them feel your absence like a door slamming shut that they didn't expect. When they tell a disrespectful joke, don't laugh, don't smile, just stop, freeze, watch the air leave the room. When they give you backhanded compliments, don't correct them, just go silent, emotionally evacuate. In relationships, this control is magnetic. If your partner sees they can't pull you into drama, they'll either evolve or leave. Both are wins. If a friend realizes you won't beg for their time or chase their flaky behavior, they'll either fix it or fade. Again, both are wins. Emotional discipline is a weapon. It's the power to walk away without explanation, to detach without warning, to let people feel your absence and question everything they did to deserve it. Energy is the currency. You're either investing it in people who build your life or spending it on people who only withdraw. Audit your circle, audit your conversations, audit your reactions. Wherever you feel drained, that's where control is leaking. Take it back, not by shouting, posting quotes, or sending angry messages. Take it back by no longer being available to anyone who doesn't respect your worth. People respect the unavailable. People chase what they can't control. People obsess over what they can't predict. You don't get power by chasing it. You get it by being the one they can't access at will. Number 4, use calm words like weapons. When you're calm, you're unpredictable. When you're unpredictable, you're dangerous. Calm is a weapon because it shifts power. Not many can master silence, and fewer can master words that land like thunder without raising their voice. If someone disrespects you, don't argue, don't explain. Ask them a question that hits straight in the conscience. Ask it slow. Look them dead in the eye when you do. Let it echo in their head after you've left the room. Like when a coworker undermines you in a meeting, don't defend yourself in the heat. Just look at them and ask, was that necessary? Then stop talking. Let the silence burn. The room will feel it. When someone throws shade in public, you don't clap back. You lower the temperature of the room and increase the pressure. Say something surgical, not emotional. You don't need a comeback. You need a sentence that forces them to trip over their next word. Someone calls you out at a party, trying to embarrass you with a private story. You don't play the game. Just calmly say, you tell that story like it makes you look better. Then walk away. This is where most lose control. They want to be understood. They want to be seen as strong, but words used out of emotion are words wasted. You think you're defending your pride, but you're feeding the fire that was set just to burn your image. Most people aren't attacking you because they're brave. They're doing it because they think you won't respond correctly. They think you're either too soft to bite back or too weak to know how. Flip that script. Make them realize that any attention from you is earned. Make your language so controlled, so intentional, that even a simple question feels like a mirror in their face. Not insult, not anger, just pressure, applied without warning. When someone tests you in front of others, they're not just insulting you, they're teaching the room how to treat you. If you don't teach the room differently, you've already lost. You do that not with a fight, but with a tone so composed, it paralyzes the moment. In a group chat, when someone makes you the joke, don't play along. Drop the response. "You really needed that laugh, huh?" and go silent. The chat dies. The tone resets. Ask questions that make them confront their own behavior. Ask them in a way that everyone can hear. Then step back and let the tension expose who they really are. The strongest sentences don't defend, they reveal. The smartest response is often not a sentence at all. It's a pause long enough to make the other person realize they went too far. Number 5. Redraw the line. When someone crosses a boundary, the worst move you can make is to act like nothing happened. That fake forgiveness is exactly what teaches them to repeat it. If you want people to treat you differently, your behavior has to change immediately after they cross you. Don't talk about it, show it, pull back, limit access, shift tone. Let them feel the difference without needing to explain why. Most people learn from loss. Until they lose your warmth, your effort, your energy, they won't respect it. The key is to make the shift obvious. They need to feel it and see it. If they disrespected you in front of others, your new distance has to show in front of others. The social penalty is what teaches them the lesson. You don't go back to normal. You create a new normal. One where they now have to work harder to reach what was once easy. One where your approval becomes expensive, because it should be. Cheap approval creates low-value behavior. After the disrespect, your voice is cooler, your messages are shorter, your invitations stop, your replies slow down. They'll notice, they'll wonder, but you don't explain, you just move different. Too many people try to repair connection out of fear of losing people. But if disrespect doesn't cost someone access, then your standards are fiction. You're just pretending you have boundaries to feel good about yourself. The goal isn't to punish. The goal is to recalibrate the dynamic. If someone feels like they can disrespect you and nothing changes, they will test again and again until they find your breaking point. Don't give them the opportunity. Draw new lines with your behavior, not your words. Talk is cheap, but a person who changes their access level after being crossed, that's someone you think twice about disrespecting. Number 6. Teach without fighting. You don't win social battles with fists. You win them with optics, with control, with moves that shift perception in ways people don't forget. You teach others how to treat you by the way you handle being mistreated. If you cry, beg, shout, post cryptic quotes, you're teaching them that disrespect gets attention. That pain makes you perform. That crossing you gives them power. Cut that. Teach with consequence, not words, not ultimatums, but clear, sharp changes in your rhythm. Let them feel the absence. Let them realize something's different and not be sure what changed. That confusion becomes reflection, and reflection becomes learning. This is how you win. You become the lesson. Someone tries to humiliate you in public. Don't respond. Turn to the person next to you and start a new topic. Freeze them out of the space they tried to control. You'll teach the entire room that your respect isn't up for auction, that you control your energy like currency. If someone tests you repeatedly, don't raise your voice. Raise the cost. Make them work for every second of your attention, every ounce of your effort, and if they fall short, cut the supply. The real punishment is not rejection, it's irrelevance, not being yelled at, being ignored, being unfollowed emotionally. Nothing hits harder than realizing someone you once disrespected now lives free of your energy. Let that be your weapon. Not vengeance, not destruction, but indifference so pure it feels like exile. If they choose to keep disrespecting you, escalate, but not emotionally. Escalate by forcing them to perform in their own shame. Turn the spotlight on them. Question their behavior publicly without tone. Ask them something simple that makes the room go silent. Social circles adapt quickly. People start acting better when they see how bad behavior gets treated. When disrespect is followed by cold clarity instead of emotional chaos, it becomes a story others remember. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to explain why you're hurt. You don't need to prove your worth. You need to respond like a Stoic. Let your calm shake them. Let your absence sting. Let your boundaries echo louder than your voice. Subscribe now if you believe that calm is power. And remember, the strongest move is silence when everyone else is shouting.